Right then, I was given a challenge this morning to make some tea cakes, some soft bread tea cakes. I hope that the tea cakes that they're talking about, not the chocolate ones. So we're getting soft bread ones, not chocolate. Unless you want to put chocolate in, you can if you want, knacker it. Anyway, without further ado, I'm making this recipe as we go. So I've got a rough idea where I want to be. So we always start with the flour. So I've got some strong white flour. I'm using the usual one I use, Massey's Cotswold, and it's 12.5%, which is good for softer kind of rolls and etc, etc. So let's get 500 grams of the flour in there. Without further ado, just whack it in there. I tell you what, you can see all the dust when it's sunny, you know. I'm breathing all this in. You know, for you lot out there, I'm sure I'll enjoy one of these. Man, the ironic thing is, the request was this morning how not to make crusty rolls, tea cakes. However, I always have mine toasted, so they're always crusty. Anyway, that's the side. So let's go. Let's go with this. So I always put my flour in first, of course, but that's the obvious thing. I'm using fresh yeast. You can use dried. If you're using dried, stick 2 sachets in, which will be 14 grams. I'm going to use fresh because I get it for free from Tesco's, and I'm going to put 25 grams in. I normally do about 14 grams for instead of using dried, but I'm going to put 25 in this. Like I say, with yeast, it just means it takes a little bit longer or whatever, but eventually it'll do its thing. So without further ado, 25 grams. Go on, get yourself in there. Right, come on. Tell you what, I went into Tesco's and I was one of the managers. I said, can you have some yeast? I thought they were all gone. Anyway, he gave us loads. He said, you can freeze it, you know. I didn't know you could freeze yeast. Well, I did, sort of, but I've never froze it, is the answer. Right, there's our yeast. Yeast in, let's zero that. Let's crack straight on. Salt is the next one I always put in. So I'm going to put 10 grams of salt in here. So let's zero that, make sure it's, don't know why that's going to -2. Right, 0, otherwise I'll end up with 12 grams in, which I don't really want. Let's get ourselves in there. Let's get it sorted out. Now, oh, there we go, 10 grams, brilliant. Let's get that out of the way. So I'm on with my powders. So what I'm going to add, like I say, I'm making this recipe up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 25 grams of milk powder in there because that helps to make softer bread. However, I don't want to unbalance or imbalance the recipe, or unbalance, one of the two. You can work that out while I'm putting it in. You can have a little look and see if it's in balance or unbalanced. I think it's in balance, you know. Imbalance the recipe. Anyway, I'm sure you're all thinking, well, who cares? I know. 25 grams, that'll do. And I am also going to put in some dough enhancer. I wasn't going to put this in because I wanted to see it work without. But as we kind of threw on everything at it, let's have a little bit in there. 5 grams. I'm not going to do the full 10, just 5 in there. Zero that. I know what you're saying. What are you whispering for? I don't know. But we get it in though. Right. Here we go. 5 grams. Brilliant. Spot on. Blob on the money. Let me get rid of some of this malarkey now. Right, in with the next. What we got next? Sugar. Yeah, making sweet bread. So let's get some sugar in there. Let's have 50 grams. 50 grams. I'm using golden caster sugar. Doesn't matter whatever your sugar floats your boat. Get 50 grams in there. Bit less if you want. One of the things that sugar does do is it increases the colour on the bread. So you will end up with a darker colour. It's the same with the fat you put in, which I'm going to put some butter in. That does exactly the same. But I haven't finished with my dries. So anyway, like a steam train this. Honestly, it's going so well. I'm about to cock up and do something wrong, aren't I? So a teaspoon. I'm putting mixed spice in there. You know, ground allspice, mixed spice, allspice. Smells alright. We'll get some of that in there. Whatever it is, it's going in. So allspice, just a teaspoon and a bit. Stick that in there. That's all good. Oh, it'll add to the flavour. I'm sure if I've got it wrong, I'll know. And it won't be the end of the world. It'd just be a different flavour profile. Won't adjust the recipe. And I'm going to put 50 grams of butter. I'm not going to make it soft, because this is going to make it soft for me. When it starts churning, it doesn't churn. Butter churns, it does, but this is going to needing. Honestly, I think it's the sun doing something to my head. 40, oh wait, come on then. 47, that should be it there. Here we go, 52 grams, that's good enough. I tell you what, I'll put that back in the fridge. Right, on with the wet side now, come on. Oh wait, well, let's get this cracking. Eggs cracking. You see what I did there, did you? I know it's not funny, I know. My daughter be saying, just don't do the dad jokes, Dad. It doesn't work. Anyway, let's stick these in. So whole eggs, I'm putting in there. I'm just going to wait to see what I get. There's number one, number two. Get that in there. Here we go. 114 grams. It's good. Let's get rid of that. And now I need some water and I need some milk. So what is it? I'm going to add. How much am I going to add now? Do you know what? I've just had a brain freeze there. You're going to have to hang on, because I think, hang on, 160 grams of milk and 140 grams of water. You'll have to hold on. I'm going to have to go and check, because I don't have that many bread recipes. I haven't done this one for ages. I normally know the milk water balance. I'd have been alright just put milk in. Give me a second. I'll be back in a second. I've got to check this out. Hey, I've got it. I've got it. 160 milk. I thought it was 160. And then 100 water. Get this in. Get your tizzy. Oh, do you know what? Good job there wasn't much water in there. I only wanted 100 grams, so I didn't put that much in. Good job, because my toes are wet now. 160. Get the milk in. This is full fat milk. Let's just watch what I'm doing. Let's watch what I'm doing now. Because I've got that much stuff kicking around all over the place. 160. There we go. There we are. Yeah. Oh, just 1 gram off. There we go. Brilliant. And there won't be 100 grams of water in there now, because it's on my toes. Let's get some more in there. 100 grams of water. Let's get that in there. So 260 we'll want in total. 260. Let's get that going. 20, 30, 40, 50, yay, we're nearly there. Yeah, blob on, 260. So 100 water, 160 milk. And we're just going to WYSIWYG this up for 15 minutes. So let's get it set. 15 minutes. I'm going to put this to speed 3. I normally start on slow, but this deep bowl, this one, I don't necessarily do that when it's a deep bowl. And that's going to do 15 minutes. I'm going to mop the water off the floor, because my toes are wet now. Not too late, I've been stood in it. And we're going to come back, then we're going to add our fruit in 15 minutes time. And then hopefully, jobs are good. We'll let it prove, or rest I should say, for about an hour and a half. And then we'll shape it and get ourselves sorted. So there we go. Our tea cakes on the go. So, watch what you're doing. See you soon.